Hi everyone, this is Lena. Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel, and we're going to be making some homemade pizza with the homemade dough. So I'm just warming up my oven on 150 degrees Celsius, and just to make sure it's nice and warm, I'm just going to leave that warming up for about 20 minutes just while I'm getting my dough ready. So you can do this by hand, but I'm just going to use the blender to assist me, and here I have 11 grams of dry yeast.
I'm tasting no tears, not fighting no fears. Still there's a hope.
And now I'm adding 600 grams of plain white flour.
Wasting no time, I'm losing my mind. Here till the day I depart. Don't know what's wrong, something isn't right. Don't feel I belong in the light. Passion has gone, and love's taken flight. Things just feel heavy.
And I'm also going to be adding two teaspoons of table salt. Next, I'm going to be adding 4 tablespoons of olive oil, or you can use cooking oil, it's entirely up to you. And now I'm just going to quickly combine all that together on a medium speed. So while this is being combined on a low setting, I'm just going to be adding 350 mils of just normal warm water, not too cold and not too hot, just lukewarm, and we're just going to be adding that gradually as the dough is being mixed.
Don't know what's wrong, something isn't right. Don't feel I belong in the light. Passion has gone, and love's taken flight. Things just feel heavy tonight. Things just feel heavy tonight. But still there's a hole in my heart. Not on my own, but I feel it sometimes. Wondering what should I do, for reasons unknown.
So you want to keep everything on a high speed and just keep checking your dough by stopping and starting for a few minutes.
I'm tasting no tears, not fighting no fears. Still there's a hope.
And as you can see, our dough is really nearly ready, so we're just going to give it another quick few minutes mix, just making sure it's not sticking to the pan. That's when you know it's ready.
Don't know what's wrong, something isn't right. Don't feel I belong in the light. Passion has gone, and love's taken flight. Things just feel heavy tonight. Things just feel heavy tonight. But still there's a hole in my heart.
And now that our dough is ready, we can feel it's not sticky, it's just right. And we just did that for a few minutes. And now we're going to turn our dough over onto a floured surface, and we're just going to knead the dough for a few minutes.
It's true that I don't have a clue. I'm tasting no tears, not fighting no fears. Still there's a hope.
You just want to knead the dough like this, just a few turns, and then it's ready.
Losing my mind here till the day I depart. Don't know what's wrong, something isn't right. Don't feel I belong in the light. Passion has gone and love's taken.
So now that you've kneaded the dough, we're going to get ourselves a glass Pyrex dish or a bowl, anything that you have, and we're just going to apply a little bit of olive oil around the bowl, and that stops our dough from sticking too much to it as the dough is rising. So I'm just going to rub it all around the bowl. So once our bowl has been covered with the olive oil, or you can use cooking oil, and make sure the dough is also covered, we're just going to get some plastic wrap or cling thing, and we're just going to make sure that's covered, and then we're just also going to cover the bowl with a clean tea towel. And now that our oven has warmed up, we're just going to switch everything off. I'm just going to place a tea cloth in the oven, and so that the heat doesn't go too much onto the Pyrex bowl, and I'm just going to let my dough sit there until it has fully risen. It should take about an hour. It could be a little bit longer depending how your oven heats up. And so once your dough is ready, you can see it has fully risen. You'll see it'll look light and fluffy. We're just going to turn that out onto a floured surface, because we're just going to shape our dough now. So I'm just rewarming up the oven for the next stage, and I'm just going to warm it up for about 15 minutes. So I'm just putting some flour on the surface, and I'm just going to roll out my dough onto the floured surface.
Still there's a hole in my heart. Not on my own, but I feel it sometimes. Wondering what should I do? For reasons unknown, I don't need to decide. It's true that I don't.
Your dough should feel very light and supple. That's when you know it has fully risen. And we're just going to turn it a few times.
Still there's a hole in my heart. I'm wasting no time. I'm losing my mind. Here till the day I depart.
You can cut this in half, and you will get 2 large size pizza bases or 3 loaves of bread. So I've cut it in half, so I'm making 1 pizza. So I'm just flattening it out with my fingers, and next I'm going to flatten it out so it increases in size, because I want a large pizza. And you just roll out a circular shape.
Things just feel heavy tonight. Still there's a hole in my heart.
So you want to get your pizza base and cover that with some parchment paper, and place your dough on top like this. And now just press with your fingers so that you increase the size of the dough to the pizza base, and I'm just cutting off the excess paper.
It's true that I don't have a clue. I'm tasting no tears, not fighting no fears. Still there's a hole in my heart. I'm wasting no time, I'm losing my mind. Here till
Now I'm just getting my rolling pin and just stretching out the dough a little bit more so it looks a little bit neater, and then I've covered my dough again with a tea towel, and I'm placing my dough back in the oven to let it rise for a further half hour. And as you can see, you know it's risen because you can see it, there's quite a bit of height to it. And now our base is ready to be covered with all our toppings. So I'm using some salami sausage here, or pepperoni. It depends entirely what you want to put. You can put mushrooms, peppers, anything you like. So I've made my tomato sauce, which is tomato puree, some olive oil, some herbs, oregano, some garlic, some spices, and even some sunny dried tomatoes soaked in olive oil. And I'm also putting some white pepper to give it a little bit of spice.
It's true that I don't have a clue. I'm tasting no tears, not fighting no fears. Still there's a hole in my heart. I'm wasting no time, I'm losing my mind. Here till the day I depart. Don't know what's wrong, something isn't right. Don't feel I belong in the light. Passion has gone and love's taken flight. Things just feel heavy tonight. Things just feel heavy tonight. But still there's a hole in my heart. Not on my own, but I feel it sometimes. Wondering what should I do? For reasons unknown, I don't need to decide. But still there's a hole.
So the next step is now to cover our pizza base with the tomato puree paste that we prepared earlier, and I'm just going to brush it. You can put it on lightly or thick, it's entirely up to you. And it's nice to get a nice bit of cheesy base to it, so I'm applying the cheese first, and then I'm going to put the toppings on top and then apply some more cheese on top of that, and you know that your pizza is fully covered. But it also depends on how much cheese you like.
Not on my own, but I feel it sometimes. Wondering what should I do? For reasons unknown, I don't need to decide. But still there's a hole in my heart. Not on my own, but I feel it sometimes. But still there's a hole in my heart.
So once you've added all your toppings and you're satisfied with your topping on your pizza, we're going to place our pizza in a preheated oven for 25 minutes on 200. So after your 25 minutes, your pizza should be ready, and you can also make it half pepperoni or half mushrooms and peppers and you name it, just add it to one side. What I did was I rolled the pizza slicer down the middle and before I added all my ingredients, and that way you can mix and match your pizza like this to whichever ingredients that you want to add. So I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial on home baked pizza and easy pizza dough. Thanks for watching. Bye.